reporting. Maxim.
No one stopped me yet. Can't keep me out.
Shall we cut and run?
Well, so much for peace.
This feels good.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Very well. Let's have a look. With a flick of the wrist.
Pipes and pumps. That must be how they keep this basement dry, though it's clearly below harbor level.
there are traps about. Traps. How considerate.
Trap. Be cautious. Let's see. Anything of use?
Oi! What's this? You ain't supposed to be down here, mate.
You spot a curious metal contraption in the water. A submersible.
No news is good news, right? Especially with the rough water between here and the Iron Throne. No prisoners lost in the last batch of runs either, though them servants of Umbly are making the trip damn near deadly. Bloody salt is always flopping around in the water. I've almost hit one or two now. Might have even nicked one off the port bow the other day. Maybe that'll teach them to keep out of the way. Gundians, mostly. Collateral to keep those working in the Steelwatch foundry under control. It's an underwater prison, most secure in the realms. Myself and Cap are the only ones who can make it there in one piece. Do you now? Boss never sends anyone that away but prisoners. All right. Keep that mad dog. I'll take you in. But look, there's some bad shit going down in there. You don't want to get involved. Neither did I, but it was them or me. I'll get Cat warmed up. Get in when you're ready.
In my opinion, we should have a still watch in every Baldurian home. Why? I'm glad you asked. It'd certainly be efficient. Joke. You're laughing. Leave him some time and then...
Who else minds their business? I'll be fine. I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Ready for battle.
Nothing will stand in my way.
I thirst for combat.
Let me strike true. I see. At once.
No choice but to keep going. All is ash and meat. Still breathing, despite everything. Can't keep me out. Open up.
Lord Enver Gortash, the people's man, the gate's protector.
That's curious.
approach the printer, noting its ink splots and intricate cogs. Before you can get closer, however, it begins to speak.
Oi! Gormless! Over here! Thought I recognized you. Dolly was right. You aren't much of a looker. I'm not trapped, you fool! This printing machine is just marvelous. We've nothing like it in the Feywild. This is my paintbrush. I make sure everything that's in those big, ugly article blocks becomes fine printed artistry. I'm a master pensman, I am. Dolly can't stop talking about you. Hero this, hero that, hero here, hero there. Hello, hero. You know, there's some absolute filth about you in tomorrow's edition. Seeing as you were kind enough to free Dolly, how's about I do you a favor? Why don't we change the headline? We can load up something a bit less damaging for your reputation. Well, first, I've got to release the old nasty top story. Oop, there. Now, you've got to find a new article to replace it. How delightful.
The editor will be in for a surprise tomorrow.
Paper's printing right now.
Here we go.
Hang on! You're not allowed down in the basement. Only Master Needle is permitted access to the printworks.
This is going to absolutely catapult sales. The people of this city love a hero and villain piece. We have a villain and a hero. Journalism.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Well, if it isn't the city's next celebrity. You star in our next edition's top story. Edvard Needle, editor of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette, speaking truth to power since 1450 DR. No need to introduce yourself. I make sure I become intimately familiar with my subjects before writing about them. Oh, we have plenty of ink. Enough to cover all your misadventures in this good city. I've never heard so much violence against innocent circus freaks before. The truth will be out with tomorrow's broadsheet. People will spit in your face. Your very presence will be bad for business. You'll be a pariah, an outcast, as you should be. And then, we can only hope the Fist do their duty and escort you to the gallows. Your days of scumming up this good city streets will be over. Shall I add lying cretin to your long list of misdeeds? You speak nonsense! The headlines are loaded into the printworks already. Tomorrow, you will feel the power of free speech. Vox populi, vox dei. Now, guards! I believe our distinguished guest was just leaving. Would you care to escort them out?
It's a shame Gortash's interviewer didn't touch on how the Watchers talk.
That's just a The Steel Watch don't. They're guards.
You pay for all
Black
I'm not surprised. The water's been grimy as anything recently. Haven't had a clean catch in a 10-day or more. You'll have to wash them all. This catch is spoiled. You'll have to wait for the next boat.
I'll go 600.
You wish to consult me? A true soul came to my city preaching a message of togetherness, accompanied by 2 novices. Menzoberranzan is not fertile ground for such messages. I killed them and hanged their bodies in my garden. I would have picked prettier corpses if my intentions had been aesthetic. This was a warning against heresy. I was not content with the warning, though. I intended to wage war on their insolent god and the rest of its followers, even as the flesh sagged and sloughed away from their eyeless skulls. Their audacity infuriated me. I had to know where they came from. And whoever sent them was counting on my curiosity overcoming my caution. In a manner of speaking, I did. The dead cough up their secrets just as well as the living. All it took was a simple act of necromancy, and the corpses told me where I needed to strike. Moonrise Towers. It is never safe to point out my shortcomings, Iblith. But in this instance, you are correct. Moonrise is the site of my greatest failure. As it turned out, to my shame, I was defeated without even drawing my weapon. I came to Moonrise with a retinue of warriors and assassins, the best House Bainray had to offer. I expected a battle, but found a fully laden feast table and a welcome befitting a house matron. Ketheric expected us, expected me, and I fell for his flattery. Perhaps I deserved what came after the welcome as well. Ketheric proposed an alliance between Moonrise and Menzoberranzan. I admit I was captivated by him. He invited me to the head of his table as his guest of honor. I was wary, of course. If I had been in his position, the food would have been poisoned. It was not the food I should have been wary of. It was the pale woman at the foot of the table. Orin the Red. We had barely begun to eat when she spoke for the first time. I only caught one word, my name. Then, quick as lightning, she climbed onto the table, a dagger in each hand, and skipped toward me, slicing the throats out of my men as she passed them. If it had been an option, I would have. Ketherick held me still. His hand on my shoulder, the grip tight enough to crack the bone. When Orin stood before me, she touched the dagger to my eye, drawing out a tear of blood. "I want this one," she said. Ketherick nodded his permission, and I was taken below. You've seen the horrors of the colony. Orin kept me there for days. She forced me to watch as my men were processed. Some for food, others as thralls. And then she placed the tadpole in my eye herself. That is certain. You know the rest as well as I do. There were massacres before the Grove. Religious communities mostly. Those who refused to convert. Then there was you, and now there is freedom. Soon there will be vengeance.
One day I'll catch a break.
What do you know?
Oh, Wave Mother, Queen of the Depths, hear me. Please carry Holly to her final rest in the deep wilds. Sorry, are you here for Wave Servant Holly's funeral? Oh, it's already started. They're just inside.
There's enough offerings in here for a trip to the vault. Off you go.
It was just about 2 thanks. Wave Mother's breath was so overbearing.
Carcass in the spume.
Rejoice, sisters, for Umberly has blessed her humble daughter with her lips blue with her kiss, her lungs full of her quenching. Umberly's mercy saved her from a slow, sinking death in the beast's shadow. How dare this beast sully the safety of Grey Harbor? We will find its master and send him struggling into the bitch queen's embrace. Not a sweet sleep like Holly's, but a suffocating flood of fruitless garths. You, supplicant, what tribute do you bring to honor the Wave Mother's fallen daughter? A fine offering. Always appreciate. Your tribute is well received. Breathe deep as she permits. Holly, one of Umberly's beloved wave servants. Blessed Umberly, so fit to spare her an ignoble death. It was a beast who took her life. An unnatural one whose very existence is an affront to Umberly. A rusting pollutant that bleeds black blood into Umberly's pristine waters. The Queen of the Depths is generous to those who serve her. Find the master of this poisonous beast and slay him. Then one of her most precious gifts shall be yours. Salt kiss your brow. We await your return. Rejoice as the Wave Mother welcomes another daughter to the deep wilds. Know that we too shall gladly follow.
The corpse regards you, Like
Holly, till I was swimming. Just black blood, metal, monster, big.
the spells.
Flood the world with your word. Subsume us utterly.
I'm telling you, a safwagon stole my bait.
What's this a swag, Gojin? A shark person, then. They don't play nice.
She watched over Holly. Oh, horror!
Wandered into a forbidden area. You sense it might be time to leave.
Be awake with your lungs full of water!
I'll strike you down.
Enemies abound! Every enemy of nature must fall. I see, at once.
Shall we cut and run?
Let me strike. Vengeance.
Fall by my hand. Might be useful. Time to press ahead. Something good here, I hope.
Enjoy these breaths. They shall be your last.
Oak Father, harden my heart. I cannot falter.
This feels good.
I am ready.
Some rest's better than none. What's hiding here?
Oh.
It's all here in the folder's mouth. A gazette a day keeps the ignorance away.
Set into the mansions, whatever lies behind the door, it guards such secrets closely. It will not reveal them to just anyone. Nothing responds within.
With a flick of the wrist.
Bless these roots. Miscreants creeping around. Awaken, little one. Flower and bloom as I know you can.
You do not have an appointment. Yet you seek an audience with Mr. Carrion. Ah, yes. You were drawn to me. A wanderer bearing the scent of death. You are familiar with the necromancy of Fae. I have heard the spirits whisper its name. Few books have the power to send a shiver through the living and the dead. Tell me, what did you make of its contents? Such a book is for those who make only the shallowest ripples in death's dark pools. I inhabit the depths. Clearly these are not waters you know how to swim in. I would hate to be the one who helps you drown. Perhaps one day the book will reveal its secrets to you. Until then, they're best left between its covers. Unless you have any other business with me, I suggest you return to the domain of the living. Yes. My spirits stir. They think you might be capable. Very well. You may help me with a small matter. I have an assistant, Thrumbo. A conduit I used to maintain my connections with the ethereal plane. Unfortunately, he has deserted his duties. He has not gone far, but given the sensitivity of his nature, I would prefer that he is not free to roam the city. Return Thrumbo's body to me, and I will see that you are suitably compensated. It's quite simple. He resented having to work for a living. The undead can be rather lazy in that regard. He was always a simple, contented creature, a beggar to the bone. Perhaps he has forgotten how ungenerous the world can be, or simply prefers to live in the gutter. If he does not value the gift I gave in reanimating that wretched flesh of his, then I will take it back. It is my property, not his. I am more than able to offer you suitable recompense for such a task. An item, perhaps. One that resonates with your spiritual energies. The spirits will help me decide once the task is performed. First, you must bring me back Thrumbo's body. Then, with the spirits herein our witnesses, the arrangement is made. 3 others escaped with him, though they lack even Thrumbo's modicum of intelligence. They can no doubt point you in his direction. Again, my client list is full, naturally. A few choice items for those seeking contact with the ethereal planes. Feel free.
do? Arrest the smell?
Very well.
Come to have a go.
An air of decay hangs over the stooped beggar's form, the same that tainted mystic Carrion's chambers. This is one of his runaway servants.
Gold first. Then you can hit me. Carrion sent you. Shit. Don't think about trying anything. I'll fight back. Bloody hells! And I thought Carrion was a bastard. Thrumbo was going to get us a boat, but I haven't heard from him since. He must be somewhere near the water. I just hope he didn't drown.
What's that? What's in here? And I'll give you 3 ounces.
Twice what you just said.
Kill those rats, would you?
The city is chock-a-block with bodies, thanks to these murders. I can barely keep up with all the orders.
Not enough graves. Never enough.
Something over there.
What is that noise? Have people no respect for the dead?
You're not allowed to play here. It's not respectful.
We must play here. This is where they like to hide.
But it's not allowed. Why are you being stupid?
Is this part of the game?
You're going to be in so much trouble.
Come out, sister.
An air of decay hangs over the stooped beggar's form.
Sister always hides from me. She likes to play. Swumbo said not to tell anyone where we went. You were playing too? He told me what to do, but he said it very quickly. I didn't understand. All I remember is down the stairs, across the sand, down the stairs, across the sand.
He won't listen to me. Flowers, every color of the rainbow. Right here.
Always room for more.
I'm sorry for your loss, but it will be a 10-day before I can take your departed. Maybe more. If you notice any odours before then, treat the body with jasmine, honeysuckle, whatever you can get. I don't have a plot left to sell you, yet alone the time to schedule a burial. I hope you have other family to provide you some comfort as you mourn.